Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it one more time to another episode of Pickup Lines. It is the talk show in a car, and I've lost count as to how many great chefs I've had. I think it was Johnny Hernandez who said we need to put a grill or something in the back seat here. We need Lexus to retrofit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the great Jason Dady is here, and I bet if I had some ingredients, you could whip up something nice.
Easy peasy.
It's nice to have you, by the way.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
so much for being
Thanks
here. I
for
feel like
having
I've known you for a while. Maybe not since the very, very beginning, but a while.
We've been doing it a long time, I think.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that on the way over here today. I was like, I wonder how many years. It's probably at least 15.
Right. And you still maintain a good physique. You seem to be reasonably in shape. How does a chef like yourself not gain hundreds of pounds in what you do for a living?
That's an interesting question. I mean, listen, I definitely have to consciously work out, right? I mean, as hard as that is sometimes, you have to get out there at least 1 hour a day and do something.
So you make a priority. You make time for that.
I try.
Yeah.
And then I think the reality of like eating is like we don't eat like normal people. Like we don't have a normal eating schedule. So for me, I'm a big like breakfast taco guy. Like that's like I can't start my day without breakfast tacos or huevos rancheros or something like that. I normally do a small lunch, not a huge lunch.
Yeah.
And honestly, dinner's kind of hit and miss. Like there's not a lot of dinners in my life. I think when you're around food, you're cooking it, you're tasting it, you're smelling it. You just have sensory overload a lot of times.
Right.
That's why you always hear chefs talk about, you'll never see a chef get more passionate when they talk about like their favorite fast food. Because like, it's kind of like we're like, oh, that's so good. You know, and people are like, wait, you like that? And you're like, yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
I love that.
Yeah. Can you ever enjoy a meal, like fully enjoy it? Or are you constantly critiquing, overanalyzing, like I would have done this different, or wow, that tastes like cinnamon, or like that kind of thing?
I think that if it's another chef's restaurant, like a chef-driven concept, I'm definitely critiquing, right?
Okay.
Like you're being very
can't help
judgmental, right? But if it's like a small mom and pop ethnic restaurant or something like that, I'm just there to have fun and enjoy it.
Okay.
And try to pay attention to the flavors because I think that's how you can learn. I think there's so much of learning and cooking through osmosis of just paying attention to what's in front of you.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something I've done my whole career.
I love it. Okay, very good. Now, as so many others who have sat in this chair and have made names for themselves in San Antonio, you are another case where your story did not start in San Antonio. You were not born in San Antonio.
No, was not.
So you were born in, is it Kearney, Nebraska?
Yeah, Kearney, Nebraska.
And I like Coke say, it's just to show you, Kearney.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think even people from Kearney, some people probably call it Kearney. I don't. It's a very debatable.
Is it close to like Lincoln, or what, like geographically speaking, where is it on the map?
If you drew a straight line from San Antonio up, you would run right into it. It's like literally on the same line of longitude and latitude.
Not
basically.
a one-stoplight town?
About 35,000 people.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
my whole family is from there. My parents, obviously, from there. Both my grandparents, sides of the grandparents are there. Big family. So,
you still have people over there?
Yeah, a lot. And it's my favorite place to go visit. It's the best place to celebrate the 4th of July, in my opinion.
Really?
You know,
okay.
It's just the epitome of the Midwest.
And that's essentially where the roots were planted at a very young age. Was it your grandparents, or what? They had a tavern?
Yeah, my grandparents my dad's side of the family had a place called Dad's Tavern for 50 years. And my grandfather passed away just before the 50th anniversary. We did the 50th anniversary, and then I think the family kind of decided that it was time to shut it down. Now, Grandma Dady, Ollie, was not very happy that the family was like, hey, Grandma, it's enough. I mean, she was still working there in her 90s.
That's insane.
And running that place like... little side bookie action. I mean, she's just amazing woman, was a great cook. And so in a way I grew up around hospitality, right? But you didn't know that. I didn't know that as a kid that I was around that, but I always saw how people would come in there and my grandmother would be taking care of them and cooking for them and nourishing them and talking to them and hearing their problems and trying to, so I think that was just instilled in me from the get-go. And when you look back, I can see it now. But at the time, I certainly didn't see that.
Great people watching, I would think, too.
Oh, the absolute best in the world.
So you're not old enough, clearly, to partake, but you're running around the tavern there, just kind of soaking it all in.
Yeah, right next door was when I was a kid, there was a place called El Charro's. It was a little Mexican restaurant, which was like my favorite restaurant as a kid. And next door to that was George's Market, which was an old school butcher shop, grocery store. And, still to this day, like when I would go to the bar, it's like grandma can have $1 to go to George's, because, and go get the little candies or whatever it might be. So
I can go to Nebraska and have Mexican food?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Mexican food in today's world is arguably the most popular. And I think it's always been Italian, right? I mean, that's kind of been the case, but I feel very strongly that if it's not Mexican now, it's certainly going to be that way in the next 5 or 10 years.
Right. Okay. You went to high school in Texas.
Yeah.
What brought your family to Texas?
My mom worked for Verizon and transferred from Northern Indiana to Dallas when I was in the 7th grade.
She was like a higher up, wasn't she?
Yeah, she worked real hard. She was a single mom that worked her tail off.
Yeah.
And have to thank her for so many things in our life that kind of instilled hard work and dedication and respect for others. And so a big shout out to Mom. Hi, Mom. Love you.
Wherever she is. I don't want to butcher this either. Is it Capel?
Coppell.
Coppell. I'm 0 for 2
Yeah.
now.
Listen,
Coppell,
but again,
Texas.
I'm telling you, both of them are the same. Like most people in Dallas call it Coppell.
Okay.
But people from Coppell call it Coppell. It's a weird kind of thing. Like
okay. San Antonio, I know how to pronounce. I know that. Your father?
Yeah, my dad, born and raised in Nebraska, lived in Michigan, worked at the Cook Nuclear Plant for a long time. He's back home in Kearney, Nebraska, kind of helped take care of my grandmother and stuff.
Yeah.
So, which is nice because when I go back to see the family, my dad's back there.
So it's all good with the family and everything.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay. What's your earliest memory, whether it was in Texas, in Nebraska, of the concept of cooking for others, cuisine, like where you thought, hey, this might be something that I could be good at and would want to do?
Well, I think my first initial like memories of food are definitely around like Thanksgiving, like our family, like that was the big meal that everybody got together for, at my grandmother's house, you're talking 50, 60 people, with the size of my mom had 12 brothers and sisters. So, I've got, when we get together for family reunions, you're 100 deep of just first cousins, we're not even getting to that second layer yet. Which is amazing. But I think when it came to food and when I thought I could do it or when it changed my life, I was actually in the culinary arts program in high school. And we went and took a field trip to a restaurant called Gaspar's.
Okay.
And I was a very picky eater as a kid. I mean, I was from the Midwest. I was meat and potatoes. And
you're right.
I had a black bean bisque with sour cream on top.
Oh.
And I'd never had sour cream. I just was not something I liked.
Yeah.
And that soup like literally changed my life. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it was a black bean bisque with like a cumin lime crema or something to that effect. And so that's definitely one of my core food memories.
And you still remember that like it was
I could
recent.
Remember, yeah, and it's still one of my favorites. I mean, I make it all the time now because it's like a core memory.
Yeah,
for me.
for sure.
Yeah.
I just had that conversation about flour tortillas, a little homemade. Don't give me the store-bought. I'm talking about the homemade with the lard and the butter and everything and the flour. But
a little toasted flour on it makes it perfect.
My grandmother, God bless her, wherever she is, man, nothing like that smell. Did you play? I mean, you're obviously tall and in pretty good shape. You play sports in high school?
Yeah, all through high school, basketball, football, baseball. Kind of did all three back in the day when you didn't have to focus on one, maybe the way they do the kids now.
But the NIL now and all that stuff.
So,
it's like,
and I just, I had an opportunity to play Division II basketball. I wasn't good enough to be a D1 player, but I had the opportunity to play Division II and just kind of thought to myself, is that really what I want to do? Is it better to go to a better school or to go play sports? And so decided to go to Texas Tech.
You did, and I'm going to leave it right there because my daughter's a Red Raider, and so I knew I liked this guy. We'll take a quick break real quick. We'll come right back. Yeah, guns up.
Guns up. Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em. We'll be right back. More Pickup Lines with Chef Jason Dady coming up. Back with Jason Dady, among many other things, a Texas Tech Red Raider alum, and I mentioned my daughter is there, so and I'll be there in a few days, as a matter of fact.
I'm going back. I'm going to be there the same time.
Parents' Weekend is coming.
Yeah, I've got 2 daughters there.
Oh my God! Now, are they either? Mine is Animal Sciences. Are yours following in Dad's footsteps?
No, they're way smarter than I am. My oldest daughter is doing petroleum engineering. She's a senior. Wow. And then my youngest daughter is a freshman. Tessa, and she's also going to be going into petroleum engineering. So they're just smart and hardworking, and I'm so proud of them.
And you're cool with that, as opposed to saying, hey, girls, come join the family dynasty here.
The reality of like the way I tried to raise my kids within the restaurant industry is I didn't want them to think it was cool or like the luxury side that people see. Because it's very hard. It's very sacrificing. And I've always said if they wanted to do it, I would welcome them with open arms.
Right.
But I wanted them to kind of go find their own path in life. And if that path led back to us and what we do as a restaurant group, great. If not, go take over the world and do what makes you happy. And
fair enough. In addition to a degree, you also got your spouse at Texas Tech, correct?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I met her the second day I was there.
Right after orientation.
Yeah, I mean, you go there as a freshman, you think it's, you're going to just be a big playboy, go to college to meet all the girls. But I met the one most perfect girl I've ever met. We've been married 28 years.
Congratulations. That's fantastic.
We've been together a long time. And in this industry, you got to have a partner like that. I'm lucky that I have her by my side and I have my brother on by my side.
Right.
So the three of us have kind of formulated a company that's just been bootstrapped over 25 years here in San Antonio. This October was basically it's our 25th year here.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. Here's to 25 more. I'd read the story about, it was around 2001. I think after after Tech? Kind of the story about how, was it your father-in-law who kind of initiated the move to the San Antonio area?
Yeah, that my in-laws had moved down here, and I was in culinary school in San Francisco. So I went from Texas Tech, got my degree there, went to San Francisco, and came to visit my friends in Dallas. And I was like, I had a free day. I was like, I'll go visit Crystal's parents, And so I came down here, and that for me was like, oh, wow, this is a city. I mean, I think I'd been to San Antonio one time for spring break when I was like, probably 7th grade.
Okay.
And was like, oh, wow, this is really great. And we were in San Francisco, and I didn't really want to live in that big hustle bustle again.
Yep.
And I had moved back to Dallas, and we were like, we're just not happy here. And my father-in-law was like, why don't you guys come to San Antonio? He knew we were in the restaurant, that we were in a restaurant, and he started looking for places. And he's the one that actually drove by and found the lodge. I was like, hey, I found this really cool little house. You guys should come check it out.
In Castle Hills.
Yeah, absolutely. The house that Castle Hills is named after.
And the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, the rest is history.
But I mean, you were obviously much younger, less experienced. And then 9/11 happens.
Right.
And you're trying to get off the ground here.
Yep.
And I mean, I remember 9/11. I remember just how everything changed after that. And I can only imagine what it did to you and your dreams.
Yeah, I think for me, I was so young and naive that I didn't even know, and I just was like, we don't have an option to fold. It's like, we have to, this is our life savings. This is everything we've got.
Yeah.
And we just kind of buckled in and buckled down and just worked really hard. Now, those first 2 years, it was a lot of sacrifice. I mean, you're talking 6-7 days a week from open to close every day. But I also think that we built this core group of team and chefs that bought into that early.
Right.
That when culinary arts were really taking off. So we just built we found these amazing people that bought into our passion and our craziness. And it's a different world in the cooking world now. I mean, it was back in the day when I probably in today's world would be on social media with me screaming.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was just about to say, no social media back then.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's true. For better or for worse. When you came, though, right after 9/11, was it your expectation or your goal to open up 5-6 restaurants, the catering business? I mean, it really is like a...
Yeah, I mean, I think our diversity now is not anything I ever could have imagined.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought that we would just have... Not that I ever thought I would only have one restaurant, because I definitely had bigger aspirations with that. But did I envision a catering company with concessions doing food for ACL at 150,000 people a day, or a snow cone stand, or
at La Cantera, by the way. Was it Ice Dady?
Ice Dady at the Rocket La Cantera. So, for me, those are the things I couldn't envision. But, for me, I think my wife and my brother, we work really hard, and we try to be good people. And our team really, truly is amazing. And at the end of the day, to have, right now close to 300 employees, you can't build that without making sure that your team is put at the forefront of what you're doing.
I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew you had employees. I didn't realize it was that many. Do you consider yourself kind of like a micromanager where you have to be in all of it, or can you step away, trust in your team, and kind of do your own thing?
No, I mean, early in my career, super hardcore control freak, like everything, every minute detail. Like if the piece of parsley was off a little bit, I'd go crazy. But now I think I'm actually the complete opposite. I'm very kind of like, you've earned this opportunity to become a shift leader, to become a manager, to become a sous chef. Like, show me who you are and what I want to learn. I want to see your passion and your drive. And so I'm the complete opposite now, that I'm kind of like, I really trust my team to just be hospitable. And that's just our rule. It's like, make it happen and finish strong. And if you do those two things, and have a passion for hospitality, I think you can really succeed in this business.
I mean, I think your timing has also helped in the fact that you've been able to take advantage of some of the cooking competitions on cable TV,
sure.
Food Network, Cooking Channel, whatever those things are. You enjoy that?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I have a lot of friends that do it. A lot of it is maybe some of their full-time job or a little bit more than I do. I've always been able to kind of pick and choose what I've wanted to do in a way. I've turned down a lot of opportunities, but for me, I really do approach these television shows as being a champion for our city, because that's your opportunity to help put San Antonio on the map, right? At the end of the day, we have had to fight really hard as a culinary community to get the long-term respect. And so for me, for 20 years at least, just really getting out there and doing events, whether that's Aspen Food and Wine, or LA Food and Wine, or going to New York for Star Chefs, and really just trying to be a champion and a cheerleader for our city. And it's a ton of fun to get out there. Those competitions are so much fun. I mean, it's real. I mean, you don't know what you're cooking, and you get an hour, and it's, the real skills come out, you know? So I've always loved doing them. I don't ever see that being a full-time, I get enough of it with our social media and, and how social media is really dictating restaurant PR now, or marketing. It's really
there's a lot of that.
It's a big deal out of it.
I mean, what's the craziest thing you've ever had to turn down?
I've done I've done 2 shows that never made it, like that were pilot shows that didn't make it on there. But the shows like the Chopped and things like that, the 1 episode shows, to me, I don't see the ROI.
Return on investment.
Right. So for me, I see, if I can get on a show that's 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes, and I can promote my brand and myself and the city for week after week after week, and then that's what creates a loyal following here locally. Is that I think when people see me on these shows, they're like, wow, you really did well for San Antonio. Right? And so that's always been my number 1 goal. Winning, to me, yes, it would be great.
Sure.
But it truly isn't the end goal.
Yeah. I have had this conversation with other chefs as well, where I feel like, and I'm biased obviously, but San Antonio sometimes doesn't get as much love. I think we've come a long way in the 100%. Last couple of decades as 100%. It relates to food.
No, it's a completely different world now. And I think and listen, we've always been on that brink, right? And we've always been on that brink. And now with, the UNESCO and being a city of gastronomy, Michelin Guide coming to San Antonio, it's only a matter of time before a San Antonio chef wins a James Beard Award. Hopefully it's me for restaurateur. Wink. Wink. But the reality of it is like our time is now. Yeah. And it's going to flourish when it does happen. Because I've always said the city of San Antonio, especially from a culinary perspective, we're in our infancy, right? We're just getting started. And so you're starting to see the real quality go up. You're starting to see the diversity come in, which to me is the exciting part about our food culture right now.
I love it. Okay, very good. Now I'm hungry. That's the problem with this. He didn't bring any food. A few more minutes with Jason Dady. We'll step aside, come right back. More pickup lines in just a minute. A few more minutes here with the chef Jason Dady. I'll get you to recap your existing roster of restaurants and everything in just a minute.
I never get that right.
well, I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. But you talked about the Michelin and the awards and everything, and let's face your mantle and your award trophy case is pretty impressive. I mean, how much does that mean to you when you are acknowledged, or a Texas Monthly, or somebody comes out and puts you at the top of a list?
I mean, listen, it's always great. Right? Yeah. It's great for business. It's great for your team. It's great to validate the hard work and the dedication. But I think that chefs have to be very careful of not putting too much effort into that. Yeah. Eric Ripert, famous chef from New York, has a very famous quote that I've always tried to live my life by. It's like, you read a review one time and you never read it again. Because if you believe the good things they say about you, you also have to believe the bad things about you. You can't pick or choose. And I think a lot of times with social media and Yelp and those type of things, there's kind of that famous line. It's like, you won't remember your 100 reviews that are good about you. You'll remember the one that's bad about you. Yep. It is very true, but it's also because you're so passionate about you want your guests to have a great time. I'm a champion for trying to express to people, tell us when you're in the restaurant that you're not having a great time, and we are going to do everything we can to make you have a great time. Nobody in the industry comes to work and hopes to disappoint you. Nobody comes to work and is like, we let that person down. It was a good day. No, it's like we are crazy passionate about making sure that you have a great time. And we are in the human business. We're in the people business, and people make mistakes, and that's okay. So let's not get too caught up in that, but let's just say, what I try to train my team is like, if somebody had this bad of an experience and we didn't catch it in the restaurant, that's our fault. I'm more upset that we didn't catch it, to say that we didn't hit the table. We didn't say, hey, what happened? Like, how can we make this right for you? So, at the end of the day, we try our best, and it's a difficult business. But I'm just, tell the viewers out there, like, if you're not happy in a restaurant, raise your hand, tell the restaurant, we want to make it right for you.
I mean, a lot of people, my late mother, God bless her, taught me about the importance and to reward good customer service when you see it. But I would think, the food obviously is probably number one, but it doesn't matter how good the food is if you have a terrible experience in the restaurant.
I always say cooking is the easy part. Like, if all I had to do every day is get up and cook, my life would be very, very easy.
Right.
The difficult part is the people side of our business, because whether your team's not having a good day or a guest isn't having a good day, you're trying to create this kind of synergy where we're all here to have a great time. So to me, service is so critically important, and it has to be genuine. At the end of the day, be genuine of who you are and take care of the guests that are walking in the door, right? So,
and don't people typically, especially when they're going to come to one of your restaurants as opposed to like a fast food place, they want an experience.
Right. And they have high expectations. We have a reputation to uphold, and we have to exceed those expectations. That's how you become better every day, and grow a company and grow a business is exceeding those expectations.
Okay, so I told you I was at Rock and Martillo the other day at La Cantera with the Ice Dady with the bougie Hawaiian ice, right? So what else is on the roster right now?
Well, I always try to do it in the order that they've opened, because that
chronologically.
So let me see if I can do it. Trey Trattoria at the San Antonio Museum of Art, Two Brothers Barbecue Market on West Avenue, Range downtown. Yeah. We have Ice Dady. I say I've already missed Ice Dady. We have Little Bros Barbecue Shack out at the
right next to the
I've got Trey Pizzeria in Bernie.
Oh my goodness.
I've got Dady Premier Catering, Jason Dady Catering at the arena at the Frost Bank Center. I've got a kiosk of Shuck Shack, one of my all-time favorites. I've got another Two Bros kiosk out there. I've got Mexico City, our new project down on the Riverwalk.
I saw it. Is that at River Center Mall?
Yeah, that should be opening soon.
Oh my gosh.
Soon, very soon. 25,000 square foot of everything that you love about the food of Mexico, coast to coast, top to bottom, north to south. So it's my passion project, and I cannot wait to show everybody, because it's taking a long time,
man,
but it's going to be amazing. Did I forget anybody?
No, well, that sounds about right. Yeah. But I guess since you mentioned downtown, I don't know if you want to weigh in on the whole Project Marvel situation, or is it inevitable that San Antonio, the downtown as we know it, is going to evolve? And I would think that helps someone like you.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, I'm 100% for Project Marvel, and I'm for Project Marvel specifically because I think as a community, the Spurs are the pillar of our community, and they help push our community forward when it comes for a lot of different things. Now, listen, I get it. It's a complicated situation, right? I understand that. I understand the money complications, but the Spurs are such an integral part of San Antonio that, and you need to have a bright, vibrant downtown in today's world to become a great city. And we're not stopping the growth. The growth is happening. And like I said earlier, we're in our infancy stage of growth. San Antonio is going to grow. Now, the thing that I've always loved about San Antonio is that we hold very tight the authenticity of being who we are. And people are afraid that if we grow, we'll lose that.
Whereas, that small town feel in a big metropolitan city.
And what I feel is like we can still hold on to that. We still have the history. We still have the culture. We still have the missions. We have all that. And the other cities just don't have that. But by growing, we can show more people throughout the world how amazing of a city we have. So, I'm excited about it. And certainly having a restaurant downtown, or not a restaurant, but a complex of 25,000 square foot downtown with a convention center and such. And it just brings so much more money to the city to help the infrastructure. So, it's an interesting dynamic, but I'm 1,000% Team Marvel, and I'm just going to continue to throw my weight and support it behind it because I believe in it, and I believe in the growth of having a vibrant city downtown.
All right, so you're spinning a bunch of different plates, pun intended, right now. Do you have room for anything else? Anything else on your bucket list, your career wish list?
I've never like predetermined anything we've ever done. It's always happened very organically. The unique thing about us is we don't have any outside investors. It's me, my wife, and my brother. So we're basically being able to make these decisions on our own without outside influence. What do I want to do for San Antonio in the future? Who knows? I listen to every deal. I go look at restaurant spaces all the time. Our Trey Pizzeria is a really cool, fun concept. It's a fast casual version of Trey. We're opening at the airport. See, I forgot the airport.
The airport.
We're going to have Trey Pizzeria at the airport starting in November. So that's a concept that I would love to grow into kind of a regional fast casual thing. Mexico City, who knows? I mean, I would love to grow that throughout, the U.S. and international maybe one day. And then I'm always opening places that I want to eat at, right? So who knows what that could be next.
Now, I would imagine offers have come to lure you away from San Antonio in the past. Have you ever come close to that, or would you ever consider leaving if
I think in
the right opportunity came?
When the fourth restaurant I ever opened was in Dallas, in my hometown of Coppell. And I was young and naive, and it just didn't go well. It was the housing crisis of 2008, so learned a lot of lessons. It actually made me a much better restaurateur and chef because I learned some financial decisions that would be better to. We're hurrying up, sorry.
Yeah, we're almost done. Settle down.
And and then I had a restaurant in Austin that was a COVID casualty. So the two restaurants that I've opened outside of San Antonio, both were unfortunate circumstances. That's just the industry.
Right.
I think we've quote unquote concepted or opened almost 24 restaurants in 25 years.
Oh my gosh.
And so I always say, what's next? You tell me. I don't know. I'm going to listen to the deals. I want to continue to push the food culture forward for San Antonio and try to be somebody that can mentor the next generation. That's something I take a lot of pride in, of trying to help kind of young up and coming restaurateurs and chefs in San Antonio.
That's awesome.
Because I've been there. I know what they're going through, and I feel like I can give them honest, unbiased advice to get them to where they want to be in their future.
Good. And I'm asking you all of this because my youngest daughter wants to be a chef. So I'm secretly doing a show and also trying to do research for my daughter.
There you go.
That's fantastic. I'm so thrilled for you. Like I said, I'd like to think that I've kind of followed most of the journey while you've been here in San Antonio, and it's just fantastic stuff, and thrilled for all your success. And
thank you.
I wish you many, many more years of success.
I appreciate it very much. I can't wait to kind of see where it goes from here.
I love it. All right. The great chef, Jason Dady. You can find, I'm sure, one of his properties near you. Just look in any direction and you'll find one. Thank you, sir.
Hey,
appreciate it.
Appreciate it very much.
All right. There's another episode of Pickup Lines. I've enjoyed it. And again, next time, I always say the second time around, you have to bring food next time.
Deal.
It's fair enough. Okay. We'll be back again very soon with another episode. Until then, I'm Ernie Zuniga. Have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.